Hey everyone, it's Brennan here. Welcome to the last video in my series of the top 3 albums of each year in the 2000s. We're at 2019 now, so this year's still fresh in my mind because it's just last year, and I've already made a video of my top albums, and they really haven't changed too much. So let's jump right in for those who haven't seen my top albums of 2019 video that I made in the past. My favorite album of 2019 was Empath by Devin Townsend. It's a prog metal album, amazing vocals, lots of variety, ranging from gospel choirs to pop to prog to metal, rock, Broadway musical show tune sounds. That last one would be this song Why, which is actually probably one of my favorite songs on the album. Very different from the rest of the songs on the album. It sounds like it could be in Les Miserables or something. So yeah, really great vocal performances, lots of cool music here. And my second favorite album from 2019 is Fear Inoculum by Tool. It's this fifth album by this prog metal band. They released it 13 years after their fourth album. It did very well commercially, sounds great as always, lots of cool rhythms, drum parts, time signature changes, so yeah, definitely worth checking out. And then my third album of 2019 would be Terraformer by Thank You Scientist. It's a prog rock album with horns and saxophone and jazz fusion and metal influences, amazing musicianship. This is their third album. Let's take a look at some honorable mentions from 2019. Periphery 4, Hail Stan by Periphery, progressive metal album of the gent variety. In Coda Venenum by Opeth, a prog rock album. They released an English and Swedish version of this album. I've listened to both. I tend to listen to the English more just because I understand English, but both sound pretty good. Distance Over Time by Dream Theater, another prog metal album. It's Dream Theater's 14th album, so they're veterans at this genre. They're still going strong as they're getting older. Maybe not as strong as some of their older albums, but still great. Another honorable mention is White Bat by He Is Legend, more of a hard rock album, not really prog, not necessarily metal, kind of has metal influences, almost like their past metalcore stuff. It's their 6th album. My favorite track on that would be White Bat, the title track. Definitely worth checking out. Another honorable mention is Macro by Ginger, a prog metal band from Ukraine. Amazing female vocals by Tatiana Shmela. And they also released an EP this year in 2019 called Micro, and that's really great too. So I think Micro and Macro kind of go together. And the last honorable mention I'll give here is another female-fronted prog metal band. The band's called Red Handed Denial, and the album is Redeemer. They're from Canada, really solid album for fans of Protest the Hero, Periphery, and Tesseract. And that concludes my series. Maybe I'll make like a summary video where I tally up which band got the most wins, and maybe I'll do it like the Olympics with gold medals, silver and bronze, and do like a standings or something. If I get around to it. I'm also thinking of maybe going back and doing the 90s, 80s, and 70s, but I might take a little break before I do that. So yeah, that's it for this series, top 3 albums of each year in the 2000s. Hope you heard about some new bands that you checked out and enjoyed, and we will chat further in the future.